This is 5 on your side at 5. Focused on you.
We start tonight with a live look at the St. Louis Arch. We're in a weather alert. Our Weather First team is tracking rain across the bi-state. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Bush.
I'm Kelly Jackson. That rain is clearing out the fog we've seen over the past few days. We have a time lapse of the fog at the Arch today, and at times you can barely even see the arch, but the fog has been slowly, and that's the operative word here, slowly clearing up over the past few hours. With more on the rain we are seeing right now, let's check in with meteorologist Jim Castillo. Hey, Jim.
Yeah, hi. So that, the big raindrops and all that rain really does improve that visibility, and that's what we're seeing right now. So one more hour to go. And this dense fog advisory, St. Louis City and County, north and eastward, will be allowed to expire. But it is still foggy and raining, maybe not as bad as it was a couple of hours ago, but that rain really coming down. Let's take a look at that Doppler weather radar. The back edge of it is right there. It's going through Jefferson County and also south of really, it looks like Washington, Missouri. So most of southern Franklin County southward, that rain has ended. Let's zoom in a little bit more, and you can see the golds and also oranges in here, anywhere from Troy and approaching Edwardsville. Some downpours in there. Lighter rain back behind that to Chesterfield. But that back edge of the rain is going to be moving through here before 6 o'clock. After that happens, that fog thickens back up again. We'll tell you what that means coming up in Maine weather in just a few minutes.
All right, and you can always get our Weather First forecast sent to your phone. Just text the word weather to 314-425-5355.
Now to some breaking news out of South St. Louis, where a teenage boy is hurt after a shooting. This happened just a few hours ago on Missouri Avenue, just off of South Broadway. Police say the boy was shot in the head. We don't know how bad the injuries are right now. We're working on that. Our crew at the scene saw someone in handcuffs. Police have not released any other details at this hour. They are still investigating what led up to the shooting. A scathing report breaks down what went wrong during the abrupt closure of the largest nursing home in St. Louis.
The Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services released a detailed timeline of the chaos and confusion. Justina Coronel reviewed the report. She's in the newsroom. What have you learned so far, Justina?
Well, Mike and Kelly, it's a 59-page report that gives a play-by-play of December 15th, that very day Northview Village shut down. Now, it shows email exchanges with the owners who decided that very same day they wouldn't make payroll. As they executed a plan to close the facility, some employees left while others stayed. Now, just before 5 p.m., the facility's administrator said the emergency preparedness plan had been enacted. And then it was chaos as fire alarms went off. The elevator got stuck because it was overcrowded. Phones stopped working, and some residents started to leave on their own. The report said out of 174 residents, 47 were initially unaccounted for after the facility closed. It also says facility administration failed to ensure transfer and discharge information and failed to ensure resident safety. That's where organizations like Voice stepped in to help. Executive Director Marjorie Moore tells me residents moved into 27 other nursing homes, and now she worries for their care.
There's a concept called transfer trauma, where if a resident is moved from a familiar facility or familiar environment, that actually increases the chances that they may die sooner. Additionally, we're actually worried about some of the physical trauma that some residents went through.
Now, we did reach out to the owners and we have not heard back. Meanwhile, approximately 100 employees have filed a class action lawsuit. They say the owners violated the WARN Act, which requires a 60-day notice before laying people off.
Justina, thanks. Tonight, there's an investigation after shots hit a firehouse in St. Clair County. Bullets hit the Camp Jackson firehouse on Tuesday night. They hit 2 windows, including one on the fire truck. It's the second time the firehouse has been struck by gunfire in the past month. It also happened on New Year's Eve. No one was hurt in either case. The sheriff's department is trying to figure out exactly what happened, where those bullets came from. We're told the shots were likely fired from a distance.
If you use Interstate 70 for your commute, you'll be happy to hear this. Missouri just received a big grant to improve one side of the most highly used corridors in the state. 5 on your side, Travis Cummings reports on how that money will be spent.
Every day. I mean, every day.
Traveling I-70 is a must for this trucker.
I got to cross it at some point in time. We're all over St. Louis doing construction work, water mains.
Sean Kelly is one of the 85 to 90,000 people who uses the busy interstate that connects Missouri's 2 largest cities and that'll benefit from dollars rolling in.
Under our administration and this General Assembly and the leadership of Lincoln Huff, decades of inaction has turned into action.
During his State of the State address, Governor Mike Parson announced Missouri has secured $92.8 million in federal funding from the Infrastructure for Rebuilding America grant. Here's an area map of the 250 miles of I-70 that will undergo improvements. The project will provide an extra lane of travel on eastbound and westbound I-70 from Blue Springs all the way to Wentzville. It'll improve the interstate while modernizing the existing pavement and bridges, increase the efficiency of freight movement along I-70, and minimize construction impacts with a focus on elements like work zone safety, communication, and construction staging.
So far, they've been doing a good job. I mean, they're hitting just about every bridge they can as fast as they can.
The project is expected to take about 5 years, and although it'll be messy during the process, commuters like Kelly are grateful for the outcome.
It messes up traffic in the meantime, but everybody's got to look at the big picture after it. So, I mean, safety's the biggest thing.
Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
Tonight, people who live in Wright City and Forestell are concerned about plans to haul cattle through their communities. The traffic would come from a new $800 million meat processing plant.
5 on your side's Holden Kawicki has been looking into their concerns. What is the latest on this, Holden?
Well, Kelly, Mike, once the new Heartland meat packaging plant opens, nearly 200 trucks hauling roughly 2,400 cattle per day will start coming through Forestell. And there are concerns those trucks will drive on a new road that could go straight through a subdivision. Depending on who you ask, that road is either a rumor or a possible reality. Warren County Commissioner Joe Gildehouse told me earlier today that they are in active discussions with Forestell leadership about a new road south of that plant. The road would tie the communities together, but he says truck traffic wouldn't be allowed to go through the Liberty subdivision. However, Forestell City Administrator tells me she isn't aware of any plan for a road. And even if there was a plan, the city would have to either pass an ordinance or the Liberty subdivision HOA could pay to keep that road private. Residents still aren't sure what exactly to believe.
There are quite a few other houses that are immediately off that road that would be directly impacted. Not just that, but I've got little ones. There are a lot of kids in this neighborhood, and the last thing we want is commercial and semi-trucks rolling through a residential area, because the last thing I want to see is somebody get hurt.
Nearly everyone that I spoke with said the simple solution to this issue would be a standalone overpass along I-70 to service that processing plant. But a MoDOT spokesman told me that's not currently in the budget for the I-70 improvement plan.
All right, thank you, Holden. Trump testifies in his defamation trial what he had to say in his defense.
There's a class action settlement against a large event and travel insurer. We verify whether you're entitled to some money.
Baby formula lawsuit. Our I-team exposes the potential harm. Tonight, we look deeper into the case unfolding in our area.